recording this right away. Welcome to Class Training for Enthusiasts, August special. And this is the most interesting session, because why? These sessions, we are going to really go deeper than our sessions that we'll be having or that we've had in time past. And apart from going to have more deeper, we're going to have more focus, because one thing about Stack, the more IT grows, the more new things comes up. So what we learned in the formal class is very key, but we have to take it a bit higher, because why? We have to keep moving forward. You understand? We have to keep moving forward. So we want to have fun, and we're going to learn a lot by God's grace. So let's begin. DevOps, as I explained yesterday, please, if you have to call me, please, you can drop a message instead of calling directly. I may not be able to take any call now. You understand? Please. Hold on. Hold on, please. Sorry, today we have a joint session because we are having a session with the August session, and there was a little delay in the project I gave to them to do. But I just wanted to complete it. So that's why we are giving them a breakout session. But this is the main session for today. So our class, we're going to be talking about what do you need before you start? What do you need? And why should you do it? You understand me? The first thing we need is our tools, which is our laptop. Our laptop is not just every other laptop. The reason why we always recommend that everybody should have a Linux laptop is because when our introducing yesterday, we say all the servers, cloud is about connecting to a server that is remote and somewhere. You understand? So if that is cloud, that means our focus should be how we can use servers, how we can relate to the language that those servers uses, how we can comfortable be enjoying everything that server does without necessarily being inside the server. So the only operating system that can give us that experience is the Linux laptop. It's a Linux operating system. So we are always, all of us are encouraged to switch to Linux operating system. What some people will say, what is an operating system? Well, in a layman language, anytime you own your laptop, that thing that displays is an operating system. But there are more deeper technical words for an operating system. So we have different type of operating system, but the most used one are three. We have the Mac OS. Those that use Mac laptop, most times what comes to your laptop is a Mac OS. We have the Windows laptop. When most systems that comes with HP uses Windows. Linux operating system are seldomly used, meaning they are not really used like these ones I mentioned. They are not used like these ones I mentioned. But the reason is that it's free, it's open source. You don't pay for it. You don't need to get a license to get it. You just enjoy it the way you want. But the challenge is that it's free, it's open source. You can just install it. You don't need to get, you don't need to buy a license. And it's also very secure, and it's also very robust. But because so many companies know that they will not be able to be collecting money from it, so they don't put those kind of operating system in their laptop. However, there are some workstation and iTower laptop that comes with operating system Linux. But you can just download it from the internet and install it on your laptop. That is what it means by open source and free. You understand me? So I shared a link last time on how we can do that. I shared a link last time on how we can do that. And that link, I'm going to share it again here. I'm going to share it again here. Let's focus. Please, can you just give me a minute? A minute, I'll be back. Just a minute. Let me get some materials. A minute, please. Okay, I'm back. Okay, now, if you let me share my screen so that let's start with that first. You see my screen? You can see that it's almost the same thing like you using. It's almost the same thing as you using this Windows. Please, any student should not call me, please. You shouldn't call me, please. I'm in a section, please. It's distracting me, please. I know we are new. This is our first section. I understand. Please, let nobody call me. I may not be able to take my calls. I'm keeping my phone off because I may need to attend to some complaints. You understand, please? Okay, now you can see my screen. You notice that you may not even know that I'm using a Linux operating system because the same thing, it almost look like Windows operating system. But if you come to my menu bar here, you can see this is where you now know, oh, it's different from Windows. But even some Windows look like this, maybe Windows 10 or Windows 12. You understand me? This is a Linux laptop. So we all need to install, we're going to be using this Linux laptop. Why? One, as a DevOps engineer, most of the language you use are bash scripting, which is a Linux language. Two, the server that we're going to be working on are Linux based. Three, for you to be able to be effective, you should be able to understand how to use Linux, especially the terminal. So some students, there was the first session I had, even the session with the CY and other team, I allow everybody to use Windows. Then you install PuTTY and other Linux bash scripting language. But I noticed that after the training, some were finding it difficult to now start using Linux. And when you are going for any interview, even when you are going to start working with Linux, the first question they're going to ask you is, what's your experience with Linux? It became like, it's now look as if server is somewhere, your system is somewhere. So we want to marry it. We want us to have this experience that we are already using server. Because if server is using this terminal, you understand? Then when you are working with here, when you are working here and you are using this window, it will give you this experience that you're already using servers. Then if you are having the experience you're already using server, that fear of server combination, that fear of server will just be out of your mind. You will no longer be thinking about it. In computer language, it's called appreciation. You understand me? You appreciate the language very well. So that is why we are recommending every student to have it. We are recommending every student to have it. Another thing I also recommend every enthusiast to have. Sorry, I'm using the word student, but the word here is enthusiast. Another thing that every enthusiast should have is network. Fine, those of us that are in Europe, in Canada, in US, I know you will not have network issue. But some of us that are in Nigeria, please go and buy the best network, not phone hotspot for our training. You don't need phone hotspot. Yes, if some phone hotspot have 3 Mbps, some have 1.5. You know that 3 Mbps latency issue, another issue can drop it to 1.2. And for a video to play very well, for you to be able to see the screen and share screen effectively, you need at least 3 to 4 or 5 Mbps, stable Mbps, and at least 100 Mbps. Please, this is a technical language, but I will explain to you later. What I'm trying to say is that your internet is supposed to be fast and supposed to be wide. The bandwidth is supposed to be wide. Don't worry about the technical language. So you are supposed to get a very good internet speed and high bandwidth speed. So if you cannot afford a fiber cable, get a modem. Possibly you can get SpectraNet. For me, I'm using SpectraNet. I'm using SpectraNet Lite. You understand? Because apart from the fact that you're going to be using for the training, throughout your work, you're going to be using internet throughout your work. So even some companies say, during your interview, they are going to request that you share your internet resources with them. I mean, they want to request to share all the internet characteristics or the things that your system have. So it's better you just tell them right now you are prepared. Let them know that you are prepared. Let them know that you are prepared for this lab, for the work. So you need a very fast internet. For me, the first job I had, I almost lost it because most of the people we were working with were in US. So most time I would say A to take like 15 minutes for A to get there because I thought my hotspot can do me that justice. But hotspot with all the data could not work.
What is your breakthrough? I don't know if it's from your end.
Please, am I the only one? Am I breaking? Am I breaking everybody? Hello? Am I still breaking, please? Hello? Excuse me, hold on. Is it still breaking? Huh? Hello?
Mr. Patrick, you are good to go. You are good to go.
I think it's your network from that side. I think my network is clear. But if I'm breaking between two people, please, it means that my network is having issue. But I try my best to get one of the best network that is workable here. You having a network that works in A does not mean it's going to work in B location. You understand me? So try and ask question, which network is the best in that your area? Answer that question. Which network is the best in your area? So I cannot recommend any network for you because my network that is working here may not work in your area. I'm talking about those of us in Nigeria. But those of us in Europe and Canada and US, I know you don't have that issue. I don't know. But if you're still going to be having that issue, I don't know much about that place. I've not gone there before. So answer your questions. Get a very fast internet. That's number 2. Number 3, install the necessary application. The first application you're going to install is your Zoom. It's a key, the fast key that you need, must install in your system. Then another thing you have to see install in your system after installing your Zoom. I'm going to be listing some application that I'm going to be using as we progresses. You understand me? And you should be ready to know that you are a system engineer because a DevOps engineer is actually a step above system engineering. That's why it's not a junior role, it's a senior role. So the advantage you have means that I'm going to show you some little basic system engineering, which is like the first thing we are talking about, like installing the Linux on your system. Don't give it to anybody, do it by yourself. It's a simple thing. You understand me? It's simple. It's simple. Do it for yourself, do it for your children, because 4 years, 3 years from now, your children are going to be asking you, what is cloud? You understand me? Yeah, I know some of us may have very young, beautiful ladies, girls. I imagine you have a teenage girl and you cannot train her on cloud and she's going to some places to go and learn it. Doesn't make sense. This is a new generation. So learn it for yourself, learn it for your family, because we are moving there. We're already there. So everything, do it yourself. I thank God that some of us in Canada, if you are going to call a system engineer, I'm going to charge you. So, so go and do it yourself. Then those of us in Nigeria, don't go to Canada, don't go to Computer Village and give them to install. Learn it yourself because it's simple. It's simple. So that's are the things. So you need a Linux, you need fast internet. You need a very good headphone. Some of us, I noticed that when you are talking, there are so many noise at the background. You can get a noise cancellator, or you can get a simple mouthpiece, a headphone, as affordable as 1,500 or 2,500. Connect it to your laptop with your cable so that when you talk, it will not be looking so noisy. There will not be so much noise. So I just mentioned 3 things now. I mentioned Linux. I mentioned data, which is the most important thing. Then I mentioned headphone. Get a laptop that have a webcam. You need it, not for only for this training, you need it for throughout the session, because if you're also going for interview, your webcam must be HD. You understand me? Get a very fast system. So if you don't have a very fast system, I can help you. We can help you get it without adding any extra charge. We get it for you. You enjoy it, and you can get a new one for you. Can get you a good used one if you cannot afford new one. Those of us in Canada, you can also reach out. I think we have 1 or 2 persons that can also help you out in getting this fast system. So these are the things that I want us to share. So I want to first of all start with the first question. Please respond by giving an emoji. If you are already using Linux system, can you raise your hand? Can you point it? You're already using Linux system. Let's count how many people we have here. Okay, how many? We have Claire, 1. We have Tukumbo, 2. Who? You're using Linux operating system. We have Ifeanyi, 3. Okay. Who? We have Adekunle, 4. We have Titawo, 5. Quick. Let's do this head count. Okay, we have 5. Only 5 of us out of 18. That is not good. Okay, we have 6. Okay, 6. Who again? Who I'm using, so I can say 7. So who again? Oh, wow. Just 5 of us are using Linux. This is not good.
Mr. Patrick,
I can hear you.
are you suggesting that we need to get a new system that will be dedicated to Linux so that we don't have that conflict? Or is it possible to switch from Microsoft Windows to Linux without altering our data?
Okay. The answer is yes, and the answer is also no. If you are using your work laptop, please, I beg you with God, don't install Linux on your work laptop. Get another laptop. If you have a personal laptop that you have very, very important information, you understand me? Then don't use it. What I mean by important information, I mean information that you know you need. But if you must use it, back up your system. What do I mean by backup? Copy those information somewhere. First, and we have some of us that are into cryptocurrency, that have crypto account, crypto wallets, that are using anything that have to do with serious password, that you know if you miss your password, you may not be able to recover it back. Please get another system. That's very affordable system. It must not be a very big system. But if you can save your information, you can. What I mean by save information, if you can save it somewhere without affecting the whole system, then what does that mean? It means if you can save your system, I mean, you can save your file somewhere, save it, then you can have Windows and Linux on the same laptop. Like me, I'm having Windows and Linux on the same laptop. But before you put Linux on your laptop, if you have Windows, save your file first, get a hard drive, copy your file, just in case something goes wrong. You know, we are learning. All of us are learning, and we are doing it by ourselves. You understand me? So we have to do what we call SROE, Site Reliability Engineering, or you have to be very, very discreet so that you will not have issues. You understand me? So try your best. Install, back it up. Then when you finish backing up, then you're going to follow the instruction I'm going to share now. You understand me? I'm going to follow the instruction I'm going to share now. I'm going to share how you guys can do it, how you guys can install it by yourself. This is your first assignment. This is your first work. It's a must. It's a must. Do it for me. Do it for you. You understand me? Then I'm also going to share another thing, how you can log in when you are also logging into our system, what you need to do to also enjoy it. So one, you need a Linux. Don't say, let me start now. Let me go to Windows and use my Windows to download Linux. After that, I can download Ubuntu on my system. Yes, you can download Ubuntu on your system, on your Windows system and use it. But you will not have that experience, because what we are looking at for is not the Ubuntu. We are looking at, what we are after is actually the terminal. You understand me? What we are after is actually the terminal. So download an operating system and install it on your system is a must. Now, let me share how you can.
Mr. Patrick, a
Okay,
question. What about the software that we have on the Windows on the system? Do you think it's going to affect it, or it can be accessed? Can it be accessed through the Linux?
Well, the answer is this. When you install Windows operating system and Linux operating system, they are going to be working separately. Are you getting me? However, you could copy some files that was in the Windows and copy it to Linux. You understand me? You can copy it, you can transfer files, but you may not be able to use the operating system, because as you can hear, as I mentioned, we are using Windows operating system and Linux operating system. So you cannot use one application and have Windows operating system and use it in Linux.
Okay, I can just download fresh application and install on the Linux, right?
Yes. Okay, somebody said, Patrick, I don't know why you can't hear me. I wanted to mention that they can also install a VM. No, don't install a VM. I know you can install a virtual machine on your system and use it, but it's a trap. Don't. Because a VM will give you, it's like you are going to be using a VM on your laptop, which will give you that Linux experience. However, you are also going to be limited. I'll tell you why. Not now. Don't install a VM.
A question for you, Mr. Patrick.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you give us a minimum spec that we will need for the laptop or the system that we need to use if we are getting a new system?
I've shared it before, but I will still mention it again. A minimum of 250 HDD or SSD drive. A minimum of 6 gig RAM. But if you have 4 gig RAM, it's still okay, but 6 gig RAM better. Then a webcam, Linux operating system, or MacBook operating system. So I think that MacBook I have, the MacBook I have now, I'm using it for work. I would have connected to it. So I don't use this laptop, I use it for work, but I have a dedicated system for work. So you need a MacBook for some companies, because I always say this. Whenever I'm training somebody for photography, I also train people. I always tell them that your first tool that you are using to learn, most times you have an attachment to it. Please, can we mute if you are not talking, please? So we can have a very good experience. If you're not talking, can you just mute, please? Beautiful, thank you. If you're not talking, mute, please. Just who is talking now? Somebody is still on. Somebody mutes. Okay, I think this guy is.
Mr. Dekunle, please, can you mute yourself?
Please, Kunle, can you mute, please? Beautiful, thank you. So, it's better you have, at least if you are working for some company, for example, when we finish our training, there's possibility of some of you joining Andela immediately. There's high possibility. Andela needs 16 gig RAM, 500 gig hard drive, and a very good webcam. Some of us can join Tampad. Some of us can join. I have some links to some companies that are also recruiting for another company. So maybe by God's grace. So they need a system of 16 gig RAM to work. And if a company is also giving you a laptop, that's what they're going to give you. They're going to give you a minimum of 16 gig RAM, 250 gig minimum of that hard drive. If it's MacBook, they're going to give you M1 MacBook. If it's not MacBook, they're going to give you Core i7 quad core. But I wouldn't want us to go that far if you don't have the money now. But you can get minimum of 6 gig RAM for a start and minimum of 256 hard drive, a very fast processor, minimum of 1.8 gigahertz processor speed. You can write it down. I've already shared it in that group, but I will reshare it again. Understand me? So for some of us that don't understand, you can take that specification to the market and get a laptop. But I know before the end of this class, you're going to understand what all those things mean because it's part of our training. So that is it. So get another laptop if you can afford it. Otherwise, install a VM, not a VM, sorry, don't install a VM, don't use VM. VM drags, VM has its own issues. Install an operating system on your Windows system and it will work. Okay, let me tell you how to do that. I already shared the link before, but I will follow through step by step so that we all can. Those of us that have not done it, please, before we start our lab next week, everybody should be on Linux. Everybody should be on Linux. And let's try and maximize our time so that we will not enter November class. You understand? Because it's supposed to be 3 months and syllabus is well spread out. And the issue we always have is that people, some students try to come to lab and start practicing. I'm supposed to be just tell you 1 or 2 stuff, give you an assignment, we do it together during the week, you practice it yourself. So by the end of that 3 months, you should be able to boost and say you understand DevOps clearly and you can take up a DevOps role. Okay, now this is the overview. First of all, you go to this site. Everybody have this link now, Abi? Let me share it again here.
You are not sharing your screen, sir.
Okay, let me share
Because
my
we can't
screen.
see.
Okay, share my screen. This is my screen. So I'm going to share this link. Sorry. As for somebody asking for mentorship from the second set, me talking to you, I'm still learning. Everybody is still learning. Even those that have the job, see why I can still join our class and learn. So that's the interesting thing about cloud. You have to keep learning. Fine. You can find 1 or 2 of our whole staff, our own team joining. You can reach out to them and just patch up. You understand me? But they are still on the tool because even those that also understand the DevOps engineering are still learning. Fine. We know some people have passed others, but you can still learn. Okay, now, please, let me tell you another thing. The greatest challenge cloud has is security. I'm still going to give you some courses about internet security that you're going to do. Before you download any site, go to any site and download. Please look out for the URL. You see this site is ubuntu.com before the extension. The reason is this ubuntu.com is licensed DNS for Ubuntu. But if you say how to install, how to install Ubuntu on Windows, or let's say on the system, on HP, you're going to have so many suggestions. Some of them are risky sites. So some of them are very risky sites. So I will also recommend, if you can get an internet security antivirus on your system at the beginning, is very good. So at least it will help you to filter those useless sites that are there to sabotage your system, because you are going to be going to the internet on a daily basis. So you need something that will protect you. Me, I'm using Norton 360. So you can decide to get your own antivirus and install. But one thing about Linux is that Linux has a way of saving your system. So Linux is also very, very, in fact, virus cannot easily affect Linux like that because it's very, very safe and secure as compared to Windows. But still, you may still have to install on Linux. So come to this site. First of all, you see this site, this place. you see download, you have to download. You see, click here. You can download Ubuntu image here. You see this here has a super link, an hyperlink. You click it, it will take you to download Ubuntu. This is Ubuntu desktop, which we are using. So you can download any version you want. Understand me? Access the Linux terminal using Ubuntu. This one, don't use this one. This is the one that some people will use. And you have your Windows, you still have your Linux on top, but you don't have a better experience. Don't use this. Download this one. Ubuntu VM. No, not VM, please. Don't VM. I'm talking about the real one. This one. The latest is 2204, which is LTS. So you click here, look at the system specification, 2 gig has dual core, 4 gig RAM, 25 gig hard drive, but you need to have 250 gig hard drive. You have internet access and you have a DVD or USB. So we are using USB. This is the credentials you need. So you download, you click, you download. When you finish downloading, you click, you download. When you finish downloading, the next step, go to the next step. The next step is you create a bootable drive. That image that you downloaded is going to be here. You understand me? Since already downloading is 3 gig. When you download, get a flash drive of minimum of 6 gig or 8 gig. Don't get 4 gig. Get 6 gig or 8 gig so it can have enough space. Then you come to this place, this site here. You see this Balena Escher. You click it's a software that help you to convert this image that you are downloading, this operating system you are downloading, into a flash drive that you can use to boot your system. So you come here, you click, it will download the application on your Windows system. You understand me? Then after you download it on your Windows. If you are using your Windows to download, then you run that application. You can see different version of it. This is for Mac, this is for Linux. I'm using Linux. I can download for Linux. If you are using MacBook, you download MacBook. If I use the Windows 64, you can download either of them. You download. I'm using my Linux. You download. Then after you download, you run it. Then like the way normal you run is very small. This one is like 83 megabytes. Download it, then you run it as an application. Like the way you normally run every application. So you need to download. Then after finish downloading, you run this Balena Escher. You run it as an application. And then use this application, locate where you save this file. Don't worry. I think it will show here. After you download this one, that's how many things you have downloaded now? 2. You download the operating system, which is the Linux operating system. Now you are downloading now the application for that you're going to use to burn that operating system into your stuff. You download it. Then this is what you're going to see in the screen. When you run this application, this Balena, you're going to see something like this. Are you getting me? So it's going to ask you, you should select the image. By the time you click select image, go to where the first thing you downloaded, where you save it, click it. Then the flash drive that you have, put your flash drive in your USB port. Put it as your destination. Then you just click flash. This application will carry this Ubuntu that you have and put it inside your flash drive. Then you are done. When it's done, when it's completely, I would recommend you get a very good flash drive, because if you get a fake flash drive, it can damage that flash drive. Don't use flash drive that you have files inside, because by the time you do this thing, all your files inside, you will not be able to access it. And you may not be able to use it like a normal flash drive anymore, because it becomes a bootable disk. And it can become your tools, because whenever your system has issue, you know you're also going to be using to be repairing it. Everybody should have a flash drive, at least 8 gig RAM, 8 gig flash drive, 8 gig flash drive. Then when you do those two, when you've done that, first of all, you've downloaded this. Secondly, you have you've run this application, use this application to flash this Ubuntu into your flash drive. Then you now have a bootable drive. Now let's go to this test step. The test step is you boot from your flash drive. Some system, whenever the system comes up, it will tell you press escape to enter boot, or press F9 or F10 or F6. Some you say, look at what this one is saying. Insert the flash drive into your laptop you want to use to install Ubuntu, to boot and restart the device. Then after you put it, you restart this device. That means you off the system, you on it. Then you should recognize the installation media automatically. If not, try to hold F12. You know where the F12 into your system, hold it down during the startup. As your system is starting up, when it's showing HP, you understand me? You click that, not when it's showing Windows, when it's showing HP or whatever system you are using. As you are on the system, press F12 down. You understand? Then when you get to F12, then it will tell you, you now select the system to boot from flash drive. So what I'm saying, what I'm still talking about is how to install Ubuntu on your laptop that does not come with Ubuntu. Maybe MacBook. No, not basic. Most times, if you are using MacBook, no need for you to install Ubuntu on your Mac. Leave it. Only if you are using Windows, that's when you do this. So please, I'm taking my time to do this because next class we're not going to take it. You are not going to have any. I'm not going to consider anything as an issue. Please, you should be able to install it yourself. Some people have reached out to me during the week, and they were able to install it, and I was happy because they were able to install it well and it worked. And so when you see this place, welcome to Ubuntu, try or install, click install. Don't try. If you click try, it's going to boot from your flash drive. It's going to work for a while, but immediately you move your flash drive from your system, you're not going to see Ubuntu again. Click install Ubuntu. When you install Ubuntu, just like the way you install Windows, it's ask you for the language, ask you for the location, and going to be showing you different step, installation step. Then it will get to this place where it will tell you, do you want to install it on your existing? It will notice that you have an operating system before. It will tell you that you have Windows before. Do you want to add it to it? You say yes, include it. Then you go to install and you are done. You say welcome to Ubuntu and you start normal installation. You log in, put in your password and username. You complete your installation. Then you remove the flash drive. Then you update. Then you are good to go. If we are able to do this, then our class, it will be easy. So if you have any question, you can ask your question now on this so that we can go to the next one. Any question?
Hello?
Any question?
Hi, Patrick.
I can hear you.
Hello, Patrick, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, please. I've been on the road since I just got to the house now. Okay, trying to join now. Thank you. I'm doing that to join with my laptop. I'll be using phone since. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I'm joining room 3.
Okay. So I want a situation whereby you can use your laptop. Because I want everybody to be using laptop. We're going to be sharing our screen. Today we're having a breakout session. That's why we are having here. And even the breakout session, I think we didn't even have it successfully like that where I expected it. We are not supposed to have a breakout session. We're supposed to be having a separate session from that. Okay, do you have another question? Any other question, please? Thanks. You can drop it in the comment section, but also answer directly. Any other question?
No comment.
Okay, since there's no question, now let's go to this. This is not the only assignment because this is just to scratch the back.
Sorry, Mr. Patrick,
I can hear you.
are you saying that if we did not install the other app, we can't copy Ubuntu into a flash drive and we will not be able to install it?
If you copy Ubuntu into your flash drive, your system may install, but it will be better if you have a bootable drive. A bootable drive is more relaxed. It's more better. You understand me? For things like this.
Okay.
Bootable drive is more better for things like this. A bootable drive is more better.
Thank you.
It's not like that's the only application you can use for bootable drive. The other application too, you can also use for bootable drive.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Patrick. Mr. Patrick.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
I think the question the last speaker is trying to ask is it that you cannot actually install, as in transfer that downloaded app on the flash drive without that application?
Yes, I know that's the question you asked. And I said, it's possible to transfer the file into that your hard drive and boot. Sometimes it works. You understand me? But for you to have a better experience, without trial and error, you are to use that application, second application, to burn that flash drive, that operating system inside your flash drive. It may give you that better experience. Sorry, I'm still speaking grammar, but we'll get to understand better. So the reason why some of us are having issue trying to connect is that your bandwidth is very small and we are sharing screen, you understand me? And there's so many communication going on. So our voice, I think right now we should be using not less than 2 Mbps. So if you are using your laptop or using your phone hotspot and you're already sharing it on more than 2 or 3 systems, you're going to be having that lagging. So if you must use your hotspot, sometimes you can use your mobile cartridge using your USB to connect to the internet. But please try and get a modem, a very, very affordable modem if you are in Nigeria. Or fiber. Okay, now let's go to the main thing of today. This one is just to appreciate all about stuff. So now we also need to understand something. Linux is our language that we're going to be using. So there are some free things that you're going to be learning. And this is going to be our first assignment for this week too. I want to share a course with you. As I remember when I was doing introduction yesterday, that there are so many companies that are trying to encourage everybody to come into cloud. Even Cisco, we all know Cisco. They are still trying to encourage us. So Cisco has a school called NetCAD, Network Academy. And in that Network Academy, they have free Linux course that comes with professional certification that is recognized. So I will not do justice for you if I just allow you to install and allow you to be playing with Linux by yourself. So this is why the first assignment we are going to do is how to use Linux. That is our first assignment. So I will share the course with you, but I'm going to do introduction of how to use Linux. I think we have 30 minutes for our class now, but I want us to crash these two together so that by next week, you understand me, we can go in a very fast pace. You understand? So it's simple. You know, you cannot buy a car without a manual. If you buy a car without a manual, you will not be, unless if you have experience before you drive, but you will not enjoy that car. You understand? One of the challenge we Africans have is that we don't read. That's why sometimes we underutilize our resources, what we have. So for you to have the best experience on what you have, you need to learn about that thing. Now, some of us already have Linux. Some of us have been using Linux maybe to work, to play. But this is not work now, this is not play. This is using Linux as if it's your system. So you're going to be having one or two challenges. So it's better I introduce us to the Linux we are going to be using. So it's simple. First of all, to use Linux Windows is as simple as using normal laptop. You can see we have Google Chrome here now, Abi. Abi? We have Google Chrome here. We have Mozilla. I think we are familiar with all these applications. But just that I cannot use Microsoft Word here because Microsoft Word and Linux, they are fighting. They don't always have a good relationship. So you can see Slack. You can see there's nothing new here that we
Mr. Patrick, are you sharing your screen?
Ah, seriously?
So, yeah, you're not sharing your screen.
I thought I'm sharing my screen. Wow.
I wanted to say,
I was just wondering too. That is from my side.
So sorry. Okay, you can see there is. You may not even know the difference between if I'm even using Linux and Windows. Shay, you will not know now because they look almost the same thing. Shay, yes. It's only when you want to do Microsoft Office, you won't see Microsoft Office here. Or you can get. They have their own Microsoft Office. Okay, let me give you an idea about Linux. Let's first of all talk about what Linux is all about. What I'm going to say now is a secret and it's something that people are using to make money. Linux is not owned by one person. It's owned by everybody. There was one man that invented it. When the man invented it, and it's not like he actually invented it by himself though. There are so many code that have been existing before, even before Microsoft and MacBook started. It's called a shell language. Shell language is like it was written from C programming language. I will explain to you what that means. Okay, what's a programming language from the first word? Programming language is actually any language that computer can understand. It's close to our language. You understand me? It's just like we are speaking English now. You know, I have Benin. I'm from Edo State. I speak Benin. I speak Pidgin. I speak English. I speak little French. Little. I'm still trying to learn my French to catch it more. So some of us speak Yoruba. Some of us speak Igbo. Some of us speak different languages. Now, those languages, please take note of what I want to say now. When they gave birth to me, those languages were not the languages that I speak naturally. And I was doing I got to know this because I have a baby. And when they gave birth to him, when he was put to bed, he was not speaking my language or Yoruba or Igbo. We were all doing looking at me and crying. That's how system is. So we for us to be able to communicate with the baby, we started speaking languages. So the babies to begin to understand, oh, when this one says come, they are living where they are and coming here. So it took him almost like 1 or 2 years for the baby to start understanding the language that we speak. And gradually, they know that they need to master, they need to learn it so that they can communicate to us, with us. So they were the one that developed that learning culture and started learning our language. It is them. So, but when they started learning our language, we personally started trying to explain to them what those languages are. That's how a laptop is. Laptop is like a newborn baby, or systems of machines are like newborn baby. They don't understand our language. What they understand is plus and one, 0 and 1, 0 and 1. They call it machine language. You don't understand machine language. I don't understand the machine language. So there are some people that come together and say, okay, let us create something that we can use to talk to a computer so that computer can understand what we are saying. And we will also be understanding what computer is saying. So those language that you use to communicate to computer so that computer can understand what you are saying. Even computer will also use to communicate to you. Computer, you also understand what computer is saying. That language is called programming language. It's like it's probably program. It's a program language, meaning it's close to us. There are so many different versions of it. We have the high level, we have the low level, we have different stuff. But just for us to have a bridge. So this programming language have different type. You understand me? There are some that communicate with the system, while there are some that the system used to communicate. What do I mean? We use the restroom, Abi. We use the restroom. Share. All of us use restroom here. If you don't use restroom, then we are not human being. They will start investigating you. We use the restroom, quite all right. We eat, quite all right. But there are some things that your body will tell you. Your body will communicate to you. You will know that, I'm hungry. You understand me? There are some things that you perceive. Your system will tell you, you know that this place is not good. You understand me? There are some way your system will tell you that I need to go to the restroom. That communication, that language that happens in between your system, human being, is called system languages. That system of operating system. We can also call it operating system. These are system languages, system programs. So also with computer also have some language that they use to communicate within themselves. For example, the hard drive we're talking about, the operating system, we have the hard drive, we have the RAM, we have all those things. These ones are machine tools, but they have a language that helps them to communicate. That language is called system software, system programs. You understand me? And part of it is called operating system. The operating system is like the manager that controls how everybody communicates inside the system. So when you own your laptop like this, there's a machine, there's a language already going on inside that system that is talking to RAM, come up, talking to hard drive, come up, talking to everything, say come up, time to work, come up, time to work. That language is called a system language. You understand me? It's called a system language. So it's very, very interesting. So there's another language that system used to communicate to another application. You understand me? That's another part on that we can call that a translator or interpreter. It's also part of system languages. So we're going to be talking about that. I don't want us to bore us about that. But Linus was actually a language that was designed that is close to our language, human being, but that computer can also use to understand. And that with that language, computer can use it to communicate within themselves. So it was actually a shared language, SHLL, which was built from C language, and which have grown. So when shared language came, before in the former whole laptop, before the laptop and computer and even desktop became very useful, what people used was code, was understanding how this computer works. So you will now say, okay, how does computer work? If you say this, computer will understand. So they started learning those languages. But some people came up and said, instead of learning those code, why not make something that is very interesting that people can just click and communicate with the computer? You understand me? So that was how Windows became the father of everything, because Windows was Microsoft created the graphics and using that shared language. I won't go there. I will share a documentation on how to do that. But what I want to also say is that Linus actually built their own from the same thing, from the same shared language, and they make it open for everybody, meaning nobody owns it. Go and use it. If you have anything to contribute to it, contribute to it. You understand? So that was how Linus became free. But because Linus was free, nobody owns it. People can decide to use it and enjoy it. And you know, anything that is free, we have a broader acceptance. So that was how Linus became something that we're using. So why are we using Linus? It's because most of these servers, no company wants to pay anybody for anything. So they want to use a server that, because everybody is contributing to it, they become very secure, very safe. So that's why most servers are using Linux base, but the Linux base they are using, they are different distributions. So I won't go into that. So I'm trying to hit something, because I want to be talking about all these things as we go on, but I'm just trying to introduce us to it. So, but I want us to understand how this Linux language work. So in Linux operating system that we're using, there's a terminal. A terminal, we have two ways to communicate to computer. With the computer, we have the code area and we have the graphics area. This graphics area is called GUI, that is graphics user interface. You know, you are a user. Computer is one place. Let me do this illustration. I think this illustration will help us. Computer is in one place. You are also another place. So you are the user, meaning you are the one using the computer. She makes you the user. So as a user, you should be able to communicate with the system. So that place where both of you meet is called an interface in computer. It's called an interface. So there are two ways you can talk to computer. You can interface with the computer. The word talk here is actually means interface with the computer. You can relate to the computer. We have the code area, which is this place. We have the graphics area, which is this place. So I can decide to come here and click. For example, let's come here. I can decide to come here and say, okay, where's my document? You see this document, I click this document. From this document, I can look at my files that I have inside my document. These are the files I have here. You understand me? You can decide to have here. Most systems are trying to get more graphics out. But you can see the time it took me to start navigating to this place. But I can decide not to use these graphics, to use here, to also move around to my system. Where did I go to just now? I went to my document. So I say ls pwd. So I can decide to say, okay, where am I? PWD means where am I? So don't worry, you will understand all this grammar very soon. PW means where am I? Okay, I'm in my place. Okay, where is this place in Osaka? So let me show you in graphics. In graphics, I'm actually in this place where I am now. This is where I am now. If I say ls, meaning list everything that I have here, you can see document, everything here, which is what you see here. So okay, I'm already this place. Yeah, you see in the graphics, it's the same place like here. So these are the same place. They are the same place that we are. So I can say, okay, let's go to the document. I click document, Abby. I can see my document. I can say, okay, see the mini change directory to document. So if I say ls, you see everything you see here. That's the same thing that are here. If you open, you see any desk. You see any desk here, Abby. You see CY is here. So everything I am having in this graphics here, which is graphics user interface or GUI. Some people call it GUI. User interface, meaning I'm using the graphics to communicate with the computer. This is called CLI, command line interface. I'm using commands to talk to the computer. So why are we using Ubuntu? Because why? The same server, most server, you can communicate to server using this place. You can also communicate to server. I remember I told you server and laptop is the same thing, just that your laptop, everything you do on your laptop, you're the only one that can enjoy it. But anything you do on server, you even need to connect to server to put something on it. And when you put something on the server, people anywhere can also use that server as if it's their own system. So you can use a wide world web to access it. So now this is it. So if I say, okay, let's go to any desk, I say CD, any desk. Then I'm inside any desk, I say ls. What is inside there? There's nothing there. So if I also come here, I click my document, I click any desk. See, there's nothing here. See? It's not the same thing. But there's something that could be here that you may not know. If I say ls/al, you can tell me everything about this system. For me to get this, I have to look for something that will tell me details about it. I may not be able to even understand, to get some of the information that I have here. Or maybe I right click or I left click, I say properties. But you can see with just one simple code. Okay, let me create something here now. Let's say make directory don't worry. I'm going to share a script, something for you that you guys are going to take home and learn this, how to use command to talk to computer. So it's easy. If I say cd, make directory, let's say August special. I've created just 2 directories instead of creating 1 directory because I've put 2 names. So okay, let me make it 1. Let's say I use hyphen to add it. Okay, now if I say ls, you're going to see 2 files. 1 August, the other one special, the other one August special. But now listen, within just 1 code, I can start to create 10 directories at the same time. August special, gone, well, if, union, abroad. Now it said 2 files have already exist. The other one, you create another one. If I say ls now, list what I have. You see, we created special, August, union. But now let me create folder here. You see that it will be difficult for me to create those folders at the same time. I can only be creating one after the other. You can see the folder that I created now. You can see all of them here. The folder I created using this command. You can see they are all here. You can see. So it's faster. But for me to create a folder, those kind of folders here, I'm going to be creating one. Let's say Kule, enter. Kule is now here. I'll answer another one. Right click. What other one do I need to create? Let's say to Kumbo, enter. You see, before I create 20 here, clicking, I can just with 1 code create 3 or 20 or 300. So it's faster to use here. So that is why people recommend using the command line interface. Now, why are people not using command line interface? Because people think it's very difficult. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. You just need to know what you want to do. Do you need to learn everything? No. You don't need to learn everything. But you need to learn the things that you need to use to work. Simple things. Because you can write 1 script and share it with you. Anybody can use that same script and get the same result. That's the one interested in about Linux script. So now, are you saying that all computers are using this language? No. All computers does not use the same command line that we are using here. Just that this particular command line is called bash, P-A-S-H. And that's bash language, bash scripting is the most easiest scripting. We have PowerShell, we have different distribution of shell. Bash is also a part of shell, which means born again shell. That's bash. You understand me? It's the same thing. So this is the language we want to learn as our first class. Because now we have a Linux system. We need to learn how to use this Linux system very fast. That does not mean we cannot use here. You can use here. But imagine it's going to take time. For me to create a file, here, I have to come here. I have to click. Then after clicking, I have to find a way to create a file. Or maybe open an application that will create a file for me. You understand? For example, this is a file. You have to open an application. The application will now be the one to create the file. And you understand me? Then from that file, you will now start saving those files. But if you are using command line, which is the most easiest thing, I don't need an application to be created. I can just create it directly as a touch. Say, where am I? I'm at any desk. Let me go out of the any desk. Okay, let me maintain the any desk. Since we're already working, everybody's working here. I can say touch. Touch means create. Touch, create file. Say toby.txt. TXT means text. Enter. If I say ls, you see that it will be the only text file that is inside. Clear. list is the only, you can see 2B5. Then if you go here, you go to the graphics, you see that the file is actually in the AnyDesk. You can see TXT. So I don't need an application to create it. So I can write inside, I can create inside, I can do anything I like. So there's another application too that can also help you do the same thing, that you can use to write any file that you like without necessarily having that file. We call it VSC code. I'm going to talk about that in our next class. But today, I want to stop here. Now, I want us to do this before we go. There's a school. It's very free. It's free for everybody. And within 6 hours, you can learn these basic things. The interesting thing about this school is that this course I want to share with you is 8 hours. It's very, very, very interesting. It's free. And when you finish, they're going to give you a certification. And that certification, you need it because it's going to be, you can also put it on your LinkedIn profile. Let people know that you're already learning stuff. And it's still going to give you that experience so that you enjoy your Linux laptop very well. But I want you to enjoy your Linux laptop very well, because if you can enjoy your Linux laptop very well, meaning you can enjoy server very well. And if you can enjoy server very well, meaning your DevOps job is simple. Every other thing is going to be very, very simple. Don't be afraid, it's simple. So you just come here, sign up today in English. So I'm going to share this link with you first. Let me copy this link first. I'm sharing it here. So 2 assignments now. The first assignment is those that does not have Linux system, install Linux. The second assignment is do this course. I've already done it before. Understand me? I've already done it before, but you can enroll. You can see enroll for how many people? The country, I'll select my country, which is Nigeria. Before, just being a Linux administrator can give you a job. But now, if you like, be a Linux chairman, Linux Kuchacha, you cannot get any job. So now, before if you are a Linux administrator, you have the job. Now, because me as a cloud engineer, I know Linux. I have so many things that I know more than Linux. So Linux cannot give you a job anymore. So it's better you learn Linux and just add it to one of the skills that you have. Now I'm going to share, just register. When you register and enroll, then you start the course. It's free. It's easy. Why am I recommending this course? Because next class, we are going to be doing more. But I want us, as I'm typing some script, I want everybody to be typing the script. No, like I say, okay, Dolakbo, do this. I can say, Taiwo, please, I want you to do this. Sorry, I'm going to be calling everybody by our first name because I made one. I goofed when I joined one United States company. I was corrected several times. You know, in Africa, we are very good in using sa, ma. You know, we are very good at it. I was the odd one out. I said, excuse me, sir, please, my name is Thomas. Please, my name is Thomas. Don't sir, please, my name is. I was the only one that was just saying sir. Brotherly, when I know vessel, I was ashamed of myself. I was saying Mr. Say, no, don't call me Mr. because Mr. actually means you're supposed to call the person by the surname. Call me Thomas. So let's start having that culture here so that would you make us know that we are from Nigeria? You understand me? So I want to be calling you by your first name. Sorry, but it's not that I'm disrespecting you. No, I'm not disrespecting you in any way. You're just trying to learn this new culture that I've mastered. So I can call Taiwo.
Who respect help?
I can call Elizabeth. I can call you Alice. Please call by your first name. Call me Patrick. I was ashamed. Even where I'm working now, the same thing. Even when I was working with Tolerant Group, most of my staff there were from Singapore, Finland. They were all white. Most of them were white. Only few Nigerians. India. My MD, If I call him sir, he will always call me, please, please, please. He almost calls for Allah. But you know now, imagine going to MDCU of Global Coins, call him by his name, say, you know now, you don't lose your job with that. But I was carrying that same culture, but it was embarrassed because I was like the only odd one out. Please, let's start learning calling ourselves by our first name. So if I call you by your first name, please, it's not that I'm disrespecting you. It's a new culture. Since we are acquiring a global skill, let's learn in a global way. So that's been established. And let's come here, take up this course. You understand me? Take up this course and learn the basic skill and must finish it. It's 8 hours. So you can decide to be doing 1 hour, 30 minutes every day. If you do 1 hour, 30 minutes every day, in 6 days, 1 hour, 30 minutes every day, in between the end of the week, you should be able to complete it. But you can do 3 hours every day, which means in 2 days and in 2 days and a half, you should be able to complete it 2 times. Because even me, I'm still doing it. You can start to do it 2 hours every day, meaning between Monday and Thursday. Before Thursday, you should be able to run it up. But if you can exercise and watch season film and watch a complete movie, and go out and hang around and drink beer for more than 3 hours without continuing, but giving 2 hours of your time to lab should not be too much. Please, let's try and get this and enjoy this. Is that okay? Can we do that? Can we do that? Can we do that? I know the year response.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Yes, we will try.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I'll do that. Patrick.
I can hear you.
Hello, Patrick.
I can hear you.
Okay. I'm trying to already. I click on the link. Can I share my screen? This is what I'm seeing. I hope it's the same what I'm supposed to see.
Okay, let me hold on, please. Share your screen. I like this. This is the first screen sharing. This is good. Okay, let me enable you to share your screen. I think we can even come out from the breakout session now because I think the breakout session is the other session is already off. Let me come out from this breakout session. Okay, I think we are even out of the breakout session. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Oh, people are already waiting at the breakout session. Sorry. No, people were already outside. Let me close all rooms. Please, let's close all rooms and let's go back. We are running up. Everybody come out. Let everybody go out of that room. Come out of this room. And let's go to the major site. Leave room. So I'm going to be sharing us into those rooms. So that experience is just to introduce you to breakout session. So I'm going to be sharing us into 4-4. So next class, I'm going to give you something to do with the Linux we've learned. No, don't worry. After next class, I'm still going to come back and do 1 or 2 Linux, do what we've learned. Then I'm going to be practicing. I'm going to be creating some files, deleting some files, creating so many things. I'm enjoying ourselves. You know what I mean? In different session, I'll give you an assignment, a real life assignment. So let's have you can share your screen now. Let's see. This is the first screen shared. Please, we have 5 minutes to go. Close every room. No more room.
You can see my screen?
Yes, I can. Okay.
Okay, so on clicking that link, this is what I got. So I want to be sure this is where I'm supposed to be.
This is where you're supposed to be.
I have a row now.
put your name, put your email, put register, your date of birth, your year and your month and your year, then you register.
Okay. So my date of birth, yeah, like I was born in 1960.
You put 1960 there. Congratulations, Mr. 1960. Okay. So okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, that is it. Stop sharing.
I'm
please.
doing the enrolling. All right. Okay.
I'm glad you have Linux
Thank you.
system. So everybody just try and get. The reason why you want to do that course is to enjoy your Linux that you already have, so that we'll not be clicking. Let's leave the clicking for the children to be doing. For our children, when they grow up, we can teach them how to click. And let's try to use this thing. Windows have their own too. They call it CMD, but the language they use there is a share scripting. We can decide to learn that, but we will be limited when we are using laptop, when we are using server, because server language is bash. Most of them is bash scripting. So it's better we just use this one and start enjoying the bash. This is why I say we should not use whether a WSL or VM. Let's use the operating system. Let's use the server. And let's use the terminal. You understand me? And just have that experience. I think my question, and if you have any question, please share. We can leave today. We can leave now. Or I will share the link in that group too. Any question, please share. See, this is not a quiet class. I'll be calling names because time is already fast spent. I'll be calling names right now. If you don't have anything you don't understand,
All
share.
right.
Share. We have 5 minutes
Okay.
more, Abi.
Wale is here.
Okay.
Wale is here again. Okay. Like I shared my screen. I already installed Linux on my system. Anyway, this system is Linux dedicated, so I have another system that I use for my other work.
Are you sharing your screen?
No.
Okay.
I stopped sharing. Yes, I've stopped sharing. I shared it just a while ago. Okay. So I have Linux installed. So assignment 2, I'm trying to enroll already for the Linux startup class. Then the other time you mentioned what's it called now? LinkedIn learning, something. We can talk to you after this class, right?
Yeah, sure. Those are the things you paid for.
Patrick.
Yes, you can go ahead and ask me questions.
Thank
If I have the answer, I will sure share which basically I'm supposed to have the answer. So if I don't have the answer, we'll go to Google together and ask questions. So any other, thank you so much. Yeah. Any other thing? Okay. Now let's have our 2 assignments sorted out. We have the Linux, those that does not have Linux. The second one, which is learning Linux. Please master it. There's another level we want to go for Linux too, but let's master this basic one. So let's see, and we'll see on next week, Saturday, same time, same station, same time, same moment. Please, the group is open for interactions. Go ahead, call yourself by your first name. Let's learn that culture first. Let's enjoy communicating. When somebody have issues, respond to the group, or if you need to DM the person directly and respond, please do. But it's better you have a question, you relate it in the question, and people answer it, so that if other people are also passing through the same issue, they can even just look at the chat and get the answer without necessarily answering the same questions again. Otherwise, they can even ask their questions. So in this way, we'll keep growing, we'll keep building our community, we'll keep enjoying ourselves, and keep having fun. So thank you so much, and have a good night rest.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, please, when is the recorded video going to be available?
Possibly this night or first thing tomorrow.
Awesome. All right. Good night.
Yeah, bye-bye.
All right.
Thank you so
Good
very
night,
much.
everybody.
Good night,
Good night.
All right.